The one where Chandler's cover is blown for 7 years. Chandler Bing had perfected the art of deflection. Every time someone asked about his job at Chandler & Associates Statistical Analysis and Data Reconfiguration, he'd throw out a sarcastic comment about annual budgets or Venus reports, and his friends' eyes would glaze over with the same predictable boredom. What they didn't know was that behind the boring corporate facade, Chandler was one of the CIA's most skilled undercover operatives, specializing in international financial crimes. The mission that changed everything started like any other Tuesday. Chandler was supposed to intercept a flash drive containing stolen defense contracts at Central Perk, using his usual cover of grabbing his morning coffee. But when the enemy agent failed to show, everything spiraled out of control faster than Ross's second marriage. The trouble began when Monica decided to surprise him with lunch at his office building. She'd never visited before. Chandler had always claimed the security was too tight for guests, but love apparently made her more determined than usual. Meanwhile, Joey had spotted Chandler earlier that morning, speaking Russian to a suspicious-looking man in a trench coat, and being Joey, he'd followed them with the dedication of a soap opera detective. Ross, fresh from another paleontology conference. Rejection had been wandering the city feeling particularly sorry for himself when he witnessed Chandler scaling a fire escape with the agility of a trained athlete. The same Chandler who claimed his gym membership was just for show and complained about walking up 4 flights of stairs to their apartment. Rachel, innocently shopping at Bloomingdale's, found herself accidentally caught in the middle when 2 foreign operatives mistook her for Chandler's contact. Her years of fashion retail experience had apparently given her an excellent eye for spotting fake designer handbags, which turned out to be surprisingly useful for identifying fake diplomatic credentials. The convergence happened at Central Perk, where Phoebe was performing her latest song about smelly cats and government conspiracies, a combination that suddenly seemed less random than usual. Monica burst through the door first, demanding answers about why Chandler's supposed office building was actually a dry cleaner. Joey stumbled in next, breathlessly explaining his surveillance mission in terms that would make a soap opera writer proud. Ross appeared with detailed photographic evidence of Chandler's athletic abilities, while Rachel arrived with 2 confused foreign agents still trailing behind her. Chandler stood frozen in the middle of the coffee shop, his cover blown, more thoroughly than Monica's diet during Thanksgiving. The flash drive he'd finally retrieved felt suddenly meaningless compared to the look of betrayal in Monica's eyes. She'd trusted him with her obsessive-compulsive quirks, her competitive cooking disasters, and her dreams of the perfect wedding, and he'd repaid her with 7 years of lies. Ross oscillated between hurt feelings and grudging admiration. His little sister's boyfriend was living the adventure-filled life he'd always secretly envied. Joey, predictably, was mostly excited about the possibility of being recruited for future missions, already practicing his serious spy face in the coffee shop window's reflection. Rachel seemed overwhelmed by the international implications, while Phoebe just nodded knowingly, as if she'd suspected something all along. But it was Monica's quiet question that cut deepest. Was any of it real? Chandler realized then that all. His training in deception and compartmentalization meant nothing compared to the genuine connections he'd built with these 5 people. His job had taught him to lie, but his friends had taught him to love, messily, honestly, and without reservation. In a decision that would make his handlers furious, Chandler handed over his credentials and classified equipment to the first agent who responded to his emergency signal. He was done with secrets. His real mission, he finally understood, wasn't protecting national security. It was protecting the chosen family he'd found in a purple apartment above a coffee shop. Months later, Chandler opened his own legitimate statistical analysis firm, specializing in helping small businesses optimize their operations. His government experience translated surprisingly well to civilian consulting, and his natural sarcasm made even the driest financial reports entertaining to read. Monica still struggled with trust sometimes, but she'd decided that a reformed spy who chose love over duty was infinitely preferable to another boring accountant. And when Chandler finally proposed with complete honesty about his past, his feelings, and his future plans, she said yes without hesitation. After all, as Phoebe wisely observed while strumming her guitar, the best secrets are the ones you choose to share.